And welcome back, and this week we remain in the Central Asian region and I present you the currency of Turkmenistan, the Turkmen Manat. And as you see, I brought you the older series to uncirculated notes, and I brought you the current series, which is almost impossible to exchange. I don't know where it's possible to exchange them. But there's a history how I got those notes, and I can tell you a lot about Turkmenistan, and there's a lot going on with the currency at the moment. So first of all, I tell you that you probably didn't hear that in Turkmenistan there's currently, or this year has been the second highest inflation of the world in this country, after Venezuela directly. And I think most of you didn't hear anything about it. That's because Turkmenistan is such an isolated country. It's such a small country, and it's some kind of North Korea 2.0 in the desert. And this series, which was the previous one, before a currency reform, shows that, yes, here you have the old president Niyazov, called Turkmenbashi, father of the Turkmen, and yes, he was a dictator, exactly like the current president Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov. So, and there were notes from 50 to 10,000 manat at the end, and they replaced them, and then they introduced this series in 2009. So where did I get those notes from? And also with some information about Turkmenistan. So it was in the Ukraine, when I was in eastern Ukraine, in Dnipro, which used to be Dnipropetrovsk. I was in a Turkish cafe, and the waitress were three Turkmen women, young women who were studying there, and one of them studied English in Ukraine, and she will soon graduate and go back to Turkmenistan, and she was able to talk with me a lot. The others didn't speak English, so that was big luck, and they gave me those notes directly from Turkmenistan. So the official rate it's a fixed rate, and it has nothing to do with reality. It's 4 manat for $1. You have notes from 1 to 100. There is also a 500 note, which is not in circulation. They could introduce it now because now the black market rate, or the realistic rate, the real rate of the manat is more than 20, 25. So she told me that it's a really hard situation for the Turkmen because they can't protect their wealth, because it's extremely hard to get US dollars. Only if you are somehow privileged you can exchange manat for the official rate and get US dollars. That's how this corrupt system works, like in every country. Where something like this happens and you have a fixed exchange rate. So that's a very sad thing, and it's really difficult for Turkmenistan. Yes, and I really would like to go there, but it's not that easy. Of course you need a stupid visa, but I really would like to see, Ashgabat, the city in the desert, the capital, and on the back you can see some of the buildings you can find there. They have like the world record of how many more buildings you have there, marble buildings. Yes, and it looks like this. It's a stunning city. And on the notes you have also updated security features. like this one. Two security stripes, those watermark in the corner. Okay, so that's it for this week. See you next week.